it's the struggle for freedom and equality that honors the resilience and contributions of African Americans to the American society, and it continues to be an important occasion for reflection, education, and the pursuit of racial justice. So on June 19th, 1865, General Gordon Granger arrived in Texas and issued an order that all enslaved people in Texas were free. This announcement came 2 years after slaves were actually free. So it took some time for the message to get to all enslaved people. And Juneteenth signifies the moment when the news of freedom reached the last remaining enslaved individuals in the Confederacy. So now I wanted us to talk about three different areas.
Just a quick historical clarification. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't free Afro-Americans. That was a geopolitical thumb in the eye of the Confederacy. What freed Afro-Americans was the 13th Amendment. So a lot of people, they get the facts kind of like messed up, because in that part of Texas, people didn't know that the Civil War had ended. So what a lot of people don't know is that after the Civil War officially ended with the signing of the armistice at the Appomattox Courthouse, there were still battles and skirmishes way further west in places like Texas. So it was after the Civil War actually ended. That's what the real Juneteenth was about. It wasn't about that people didn't know until 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation, that was just a geopolitical thumb in the eye of the Confederacy. But it was the 13th Amendment that really set Afro-Americans free.
Wonderful. I got the right panelists on here. This is an opportunity for us to contribute different historical information that's out there, because that is a populist, the version that I just offered, that is a populist historical text. It's a historical fact that's out there. So thank you for offering, I guess, a variation of that. Two areas that I kind of wanted us to, three areas that I wanted us to talk about today is slavery in the Americas. We can talk a little bit about the transatlantic slave trade, slavery in the Americas, slavery in Muslim societies prior to the transatlantic slave trade. And then for the two of you, because I know you guys are well knowledgeable on Islam, on the Quran and Hadith, offer some education on what the Quran and the Hadith says about slavery and the different surahs, and maybe some verses and the tafsirs and some of the context behind that. So slavery was a dark stain on human history and has left a mark on societies across the globe. And it is our responsibility to shed the light on its horrors and learn from the past and work towards a more just and inclusive future. So that was just a quick opening for me. Brother Ali Deen and Chaplain Gareth Bryant, if you two guys could just quickly introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into some of the questions for today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Gareth Bryant. I'm a chaplain. One of the things that I specialize in is wellness and mental health, suicide awareness, suicide prevention, sexual abuse, education, sexual abuse awareness, sexual abuse prevention. That's basically it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And Brother Alhassan Umar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's your brother Alhassan Umar, also known as Ali Deen. I do a lot of spoken word poetry. Alhamdulillah, I'm also a Quran teacher, so I teach Quran at the masjids on the weekends. I am also a dean at a high school, so I try to, I deal with children's behaviors, teenagers, as you know, in high school, dealing with disciplinary issues, communicating with parents, and see what we can do to manage the school culture. And alhamdulillah, I try to use my deen to guide me in that endeavor, inshallah.